Aloha! Welcome back to DeFi Tactics. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do not make any financial decisions based on my word alone. Always do your own research. With that said, today we're going to discuss how we can calculate our SFIN rewards. Then we're going to discuss how we can figure out the individual tokens and the number of individual tokens in a dual token liquidity pool. And then lastly, we're going to figure out how we can put all this information together in order to increase and make educated decisions on how to increase our SFIN rewards. Let's get to it. So on the left-hand side of the screen, I have this little spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet. And then on the right-hand side, I've got the FlareFarm and FlareX pulled up on two tabs in my browser. I want to highlight the actual formula that we're going to be using in order to figure out our daily rewards and the portion of our daily rewards from these farm pools. So as you can see, I've got this how to calculate SFIN reward sheet. The actual equation that we're going to use is our share of the pool divided by the total number of staked tokens times the reward rate or the daily reward rate. That will give us our daily rewards calculated in SFIN per day. So on the right-hand side, let's scroll down and let's use this EXFI Songbird pool on the FlareFarm as an example. If we take our share, which right now is listed at, we've got 0.1165 liquidity pool tokens staked in this farm pool, and then we have a total staked number or value, the amount of total tokens or liquidity pool tokens staked in this farm pool at 4217459.4762. So we're going to enter that into our little calculator here. So that's 4.2 million tokens. And then, since it's a dual token pool on the farm, we've got a decently high reward rate at 0.4109. So we click enter, it does the calculations for us, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0.701135. That's how much SFIN this amount of EXFI Songbird liquidity pool tokens is earning. So while this calculator calculates it all for us, essentially what we're doing is the share of the pool at 0.1165, that's our share of the pool, divided by the total number of staked tokens in the pool, which is 4.2 yada yada liquidity pool tokens, and then multiply that by the rewards rate. And that gives us the amount of SFIN we're earning per day from this particular pool with this amount staked. Let's go ahead and do another example with a single token pool. So let's use this wrapped Songbird pool as an example. I don't have any wrapped Songbird staked here. However, let's go ahead and use an example of, let's say, 5,000 wrapped Songbird staked in this pool. The total amount staked in this pool is 388,758,119 wrapped Songbird. So we input that into our little calculator, 388,758,119.8435, with a lower reward rate because it's a single token pool of 0.2739, and that gives us 0.0000035 SFIN per day. Again, putting this into the actual equation, that's 5,000 wrapped Songbird, or our share of the pool, divided by the 388 million total staked, and then multiply that by the reward rate. So while I made this into a little Excel spreadsheet calculator, we don't actually need to put it into Excel in order to figure it out. Again, the equation that we're using is the share of the pool divided by the total amount that's staked in the pool multiplied by the reward rate. If you're getting anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button and left me a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out the uncensored Telegram group chat. I've got that link in the description of this video. This is a place where community members can help out other community members, exchange ideas, strategies, tactics, ask questions, and answer questions. Again, that link is down in the description of this video down below. So now here we are on the FlareX platform, and this is how we're going to find out how to find our share of individual tokens in a certain amount of liquidity pool tokens, or dual token liquidity pool tokens. We're on the FlareX main site, which automatically populates on the swap section. Again, if I maximize this, it might look a little more familiar. So I'm going to do that, but then I'm going to minimize it so we can have this little step-by-step right here. So we're going to go to FlareX, which we're on, and then we're going to go to the liquidity tab. We're going to select one of the dual token pairs that we want to figure out, right? We're going to select one of the dual token pairs, and we're going to click either change stake or provide liquidity, depending on whether or not we've already staked or put in liquidity to that liquidity pool. So let's use the Songbird Canary Dollar as an example, and I'm going to click the provide liquidity. From here, we're going to select the remove tab. And then from here, we type in numbers and we play around to figure out what works for us. Now remember, we're going to tie all this in to figuring out how we can maximize our SFIN rewards in the FlareFarm. So now we're in the Songbird Canary Dollar Liquidity Pool Remove Liquidity section. So if we type in any amount of liquidity pool tokens that we're going to remove right here, let's say 100, it will show you how much Canary Dollar and Songbird tokens that 100 liquidity pool tokens make up. In other words, 315 Songbird tokens plus 39.4 Canary Dollars equals 100 liquidity pool tokens. If we wanted to remove 100 liquidity pool tokens, we would then receive in an exchange 39.4 Canary Dollar and 315 Songbird tokens. On the opposite side, if we wanted to provide liquidity and we wanted to provide enough to get 100 liquidity pool tokens, we would need to provide 315 Songbird tokens and 39.4 Canary Dollar. Remember, providing liquidity in dual token pools is 50-50. So on this platform, we need to provide 50% value Songbird and 50% value Canary Dollar. If we were saying in the Songbird EXFI pool, we would need to provide 50% Songbird and 50% EXFI. Let's jump over to a different pool. Let's scroll down and let's check out the SFIN Canary Dollar pool. Remember, we're going to click that provide liquidity or change stake. We're then going to select remove, and then we're going to, based on our SFIN rewards, we can actually add liquidity to this pool. By providing liquidity to this pool, we're not only keeping our SFIN with the chance and risk of impermanent loss, we're also utilizing that SFIN to earn more SFIN by staking that in the farm and earning fees from swaps that happen in the FlareX DEX. This also works the other way. Say, for example, I know I have 0.0001 SFIN. If I go to the SFIN tokens amount section, I type in 0.0001 SFIN tokens, it auto-populates with how much Canary Dollar I would need in order to match 50% value to this pool, and ultimately it shows how many liquidity pool tokens we will receive. So by putting in 0.0001 SFIN and 25.839 Canary Dollar, we will receive 0.04935 liquidity pool tokens, or SFIN Canary Dollar liquidity pool tokens. We can then take these liquidity pool tokens and stake them in the FlareFarm to earn even more SFIN. One thing I want to highlight is the risk of impermanent loss. However, there is a tactic, a DeFi tactic, on how we can actually utilize this to our benefit if our goal is to accumulate SFIN. Currently, the SFIN price is sitting pretty high, and we can actually check that using this liquidity pool remove feature. Let's go ahead and delete that, and we'll type in 1 SFIN token. Well, as you can see, one SFIN, and we need to provide the same value of that in Canary dollar, is equal to 258,396 Canary dollars. The way the mechanics of the pool and the ratio changes and automatic market makers work is, with Canary dollar being a stable coin and SFIN not being a stable coin, if the price of SFIN actually goes down, in order to keep that ratio the same, when the price goes down, our share of the SFIN in this liquidity pool will actually increase. So say, for example, this goes from one SFIN equals 258,000 Canary dollar. Say this drops in the next month or so to $150,000. There would be some dollar impermanent loss there. However, if our goal in the long run of this project is to accumulate SFIN, our share of SFIN would actually increase from this one SFIN token. I don't know an exact number, but it might be something like 1.15 SFIN. So that's another tactic that we can utilize in order to accumulate more SFIN, as long as we're aware that there will be impermanent loss when utilizing this. However, it's a way to utilize impermanent loss in order to benefit and accumulate more of a token we really want by entering in a liquidity pool higher and then exiting lower, with the expectation that in the future that asset will increase in value to what we entered at or higher than that. So how can we put this all together and figure this all out, right? Well, in this example, we're going to figure out that we have, say, $1,000 that we want to put into one of these liquidity pools and then stake those liquidity pool tokens into the farm. So we want to figure out how much that $1,000 will net us in one of these farms. For this example, let's say we're going to stake that $1,000 into the Canary dollar EXFI liquidity pool. We're going to go through the steps and we're going to go to FlareX, go to the liquidity tab. We're going to select the Canary dollar EXFI dual token pool, and we're going to click the provide liquidity in this case. We're then going to go to remove, and remember, since we're providing 50% value in each token and we have $1,000 that we're trying to input into this liquidity pool, when we're figuring out how much liquidity pool tokens we'd actually get, we can use the Canary dollar as our basis and input 500 Canary dollar into that field, and it'll auto-populate how many EXFI tokens we will need and ultimately how many liquidity pool tokens we will receive. Because remember, 50% of the liquidity pool tokens are going to be in Canary dollar and 50% will be in EXFI in this circumstance. Meaning $500 are going to be in Canary dollar, another 500 will be in EXFI, equaling our $1,000. So in this case, at this time, $1,000 will get us 250 liquidity pool tokens in the EXFI Canary dollar liquidity pool. So with that knowledge, we know to put in 250.0220 in our share of the pool. We then switch back on over to the farm and we scroll to the EXFI Canary dollar pool. Here we can see in the EXFI Canary dollar pool that there is a total of 797,539.9076 total EXFI Canary dollar liquidity pool tokens staked. So we'll enter that into our equation, 797,539.9076 with a reward rate of 0.4109 SFIN per day. So 0.4109 SFIN. And we can see, based on our use of that $1,000 in this pool and using this calculation, we will be earning 0.001288 SFIN per day. So that about wraps it up for this video. Again, I just wanted to touch base on how we can calculate our SFIN rewards, how we can figure out our share of the liquidity pool based on our liquidity pool tokens and how much of the individual tokens that will actually be. And then I wanted to figure out and kind of demonstrate how we can put all that knowledge together in order to figure out how we can earn the most SFIN for the value that we have. As always, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. We'll catch you next time on DeFi Tactics. So on the left-hand side, you can see I've got this spreadsheet listed how to calculate and then, because it's a dual token liquidity pool, farm pool, so while I made this calculator spreadsheet. So in order to find our share of individual tokens in a, if we were in the, say, Songbird EXFI pool, we would need to present